Halal Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Waha Recha Kodash. All praises and glory go to you, Lord. Double honors and respect go to our apostles, our elders, and our teachers, men of great millstone. To USA Shalom. It's your brother Amraya, and back with another message. The message today is going to deal with our daily lives. The devices of Satan spoken of in 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. And I'll read it now. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." Okay? What are the devices of Satan? And that is the message that we're going to put forth today in this message. The devices of Satan are your daily lives. Okay? And how does he get an advantage over you? The advantage occurs when he can remove you or knock you off track of your original purpose. And those of you who have come into the truth, my brother, my brethren, those of like mind, your goal when you came into this truth, after you found out what the truth entailed, that you are an Israelite, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, you are the Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible, and that you had been removed far from your heritage. Once you found these things out, all about the curses and the blessings that were to come upon the nation of Israel, especially those blessings that come in the latter days, when the Lord shall return and return with healing in his wings. Your original purpose was to come into this thing and serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to the best of your ability, to further this truth, to do your portion, to be a portion of the elect and hopeful elect, because that is your hope. Your hope is in the calling that you would be called by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to be saved from the destruction, punishment, and judgment that is to occur in these last days. Okay? Verse 11 again, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." And his devices are your daily lives, your work, your woman, your children, your friends, your enemies. These are all devices of Satan that can be used to knock one off track of his original purpose in this truth. Okay? Your lady is not above being a hindrance onto your faith. Neither are your children, your job. And I know this all too well because I've experienced all of these things. And not to get into personal details, but your children can be less than satisfactory, can have demons on them that they've received from living in this polluted world, and bring them right to your table where you're eating. And vice versa with your woman, your job, etc. And if you are not careful, if you don't put on the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which is this word, what that can do to your walk in this faith is become a stumbling block onto you. Knock you right on out of this truth. You become emotional, you start thinking carnally instead of spiritually, and these things can literally knock you off your path. Okay? So you must be aware of the devices of Satan. How do you get around these things? The answer is in these set of scriptures, okay? in this word, in this truth. All right. Bearing one another's burdens if you are brethren in this truth, and giving good sound doctrine, because all of these issues we are experiencing in this modern day walk were outlined in these holy scriptures long before we got to this point. For this next portion, we're going to go to Ephesians. I believe what I want, actually I know what I want, it's in Ephesians 6. And we'll begin in verse 10. Because we're dealing with this daily walk where the devices of Satan are your daily lives. That means any and everything that occurs and is a portion of your life can be used as a means of taking advantage of you in this truth if you are not fully covered. The ways that you remain fully covered is 1, you can fast. 2, you can pray. 3, you can be diligent in this work, keeping your mindset wholly on Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? It makes me think of Psalms 119 and verse 9. It says, wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed to the word of Yahweh. Roughly paraphrasing. This is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh and in the power of his might, because he is powerful. Okay? You can turn onto the Lord when you are at a disadvantage. If you are of the nation of Israel, because he have care for his elect, and you obtaining to be one of the hopeful elect, this is where you must place your faith, that he will cover you from the things that are trying to take advantage of you that Satan has sent for. Verse 11, put on the whole armor of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Right. Stand against the wickedness of your woman. Stand against the wickedness that can come from your children. Stand against the wickedness of these worldly ways, your job, etc. All of these things that can be drowning out your faith and making you unfruitful. You must put on the whole armor of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, that you can stand against all of the devices of Satan. Verse 12, and this is important, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, right? But against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Because this whole world is owned currently by the wicked. Job 9 and 24. Let's see what it means when it says principalities.
Strong's G 746. Arche.
Right.
Arche.
What does it mean? A commencement, chief, various applications of order. Huh? Didn't John F. Kennedy have a famous speech about the wicked secret societies, these orders? It's about the people that are in rule, the magistrates. It says against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness darkness of this world. The so-called white man, the biblical Edomite, the physical manifestation of Satan in this world. And if you really want to get down to brass tacks, that's who owns your children and your wife. That is who has made you a slave in this system, your employer, okay? The real ruler of this world, currently, that is about to be taken out of rulership, might I add. Verse 13, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth. You must be submerged in this truth. You must constantly keep his word. Have fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because fear is the first step to be accepted of him. And fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is all wisdom. So, verse 14, stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Didn't I tell you the instructions were in here? It broke it down for you eloquently. You got to keep on this word. You got to keep on this walk in the truth. This is how you will dodge the devices of Satan, the darts of the wicked, which are aiming to knock you out of this truth and get your allotted portion with the unbelievers. Verse 17, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You must continue in his word. We're going to end out on this one. This is John chapter 8. And verse 31 is where we'll end out. It says, then said Yahushai to those Jews which believed on him, if ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed. Be not ignorant of Satan's devices. His devices are your daily lives. But if you continue in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's word, then are you his disciples indeed. Shalom, Israel.